coming at you with some home fitness for your pleasure on Thursday, September 24th. The word of the day, should you choose to message it to us and therefore get a free RX bar, is Schnigglefritz. Schnigglefritz.
You spell that?
My dad used to say it. I don't know.
We're going to need an official spelling.
He used to call me a Schnigglefritz when I was being ornery. So.
What's the spelling?
SCHNICKELFRITZ. Schnigglefritz.
Okay. Good luck, everybody.
Okay, let's get warm. So, 4 rounds, 10 air squats, 9 chads, aka glute bridges. Make sure we're squeezing that butt at the top. 8 plank shoulder taps on the palms. Nice, steady hips, tapping alternate shoulders. 7 PVC Kang squats. I sure hope you remember these. Hinging into the good morning, dropping into the squat, and reversing back through, seeing the chest angle change. 6 V-ups. You know what those are, yeah. And then 5 burpees. Roll on through that, then roll to the PVC group circle, get yourself nice and warm. Focusing in on the shoulders, because we got some shoulder work today for our strength. So you're gonna go through 5 rounds of essentially 5 seated Z press, okay? So if you have a barbell and not a kettlebell or dumbbell option, you're gonna use that, okay? Sitting up nice and tall, very carefully getting into this position and pressing is essentially a seated strict press, okay? Legs out in front of you. I like to soft bend in the knee because it takes a little pressure off the hamstrings and the hip flexors. Sitting up nice and tall, pressing through, okay? If you are working with a dumbbell or a kettlebell, you'll do 5 per arm. Same thing, nice tall position, shoulders right over the hips, not leaning back, and pressing straight up. 5 per side. If you are lucky enough to have a matching set of kettlebells or dumbbells, go ahead and do both arms, okay? If you have opportunities to increase weight through that, or if it feels good to increase weight, go for it. If you only have a light weight that feels kind of easy, you can always add a little bit of a tempo descent to create a little more tension and build some strength through that negative descent. All right, so 5 rounds of that, alternating with 5 pull-up variations. So some options we have here to choose from. If you've got an actual pull-up bar, some strict pull-ups, some negatives, so getting that chin up over the bar and slowly releasing yourself down with control all the way back down to the extended position, keeping everything tight through the lats. Some deep ring rows, if you've got rings or a TRX scenario, rowing from a nice deep position underneath those. Or lastly, a tempo bent row with a hold at the top. So what that would look like with your kettlebell or dumbbell, hinging into that bent row position, 2 hands on the weight, shoulders back, nice and engaged, flat back position, soft bend in the knees. I'm gonna row up to the sternum, squeeze my shoulder blades, really engage my lats, pause for a second, and then slowly release that way back down. That's my tempo. I'm not letting my shoulders drop or let my back round, okay? Everything's nice and tight and engaged all throughout. Up to the sternum, squeeze and hold. Nice, slow tempo, back down, okay? Feel free to play with some different options there depending on what you've got available to you. But let's work some pulling strength there. Then, after those 5 rounds, you'll go through this fun little number with a kettlebell or dumbbell preferably, would be ideal. 21-15-9 sumo deadlifts, Russian swings, and then toes to bar or toes to weight, okay? I think we know all those movements. Let's make sure that we're focusing in on good body positions. If you're doing regular toes to bar, if you happen to have that option, fabulous. Otherwise, we're doing the option where we have that weight on the ground, holding overhead, peeling those legs up to off the ground, up to the weight as a variation, okay? 12-minute cap, so you're gonna have to move pretty subtly through that, have some fun with it, and then finish out with our core work. We have 30 cross-body V-ups. Probably remember those. Arms up overhead, nice tight core. Opposite hand to opposite foot, creating that V with the body, bringing the chest up to meet the leg, and then the plank toe taps. We know these palms or elbows, whatever you like, nice tight core, keeping those hips nice and stable. 30 taps in and out. Schnigglefritz.
Not a word.